it's Fetty G with SSK Kennels. Fam, listen, y'all. I am right now headed back to Georgia from Florida, y'all. I was down in Orlando, Florida, kicking it with my brother. Had to take care of some things at his house and just hang out with him for the weekend. You know what I mean? Catch up with him, and so it was good for both of us. First thing I want to say, fam, is we will be doing a raffle for the puppy Tiger tomorrow at 12 o'clock noon, okay? Tomorrow at 12 p.m. I will go live on YouTube, and I'm going to select the winner for Tiger, the puppy that we raffling off. Now, listen, y'all. I'm just going to read off the raffle number tomorrow, okay? I'm just going to read off the raffle number. Whoever had that raffle ticket will call me, okay? And you'll send me your raffle number. I already have it in my phone. So everybody who got a raffle ticket, I still have that text message thread. So I know exactly which ticket goes to where. And then whoever the winner is will win. Only thing that whoever wins will have to cover will be shipping. If you want the dog shipped to you, you have to pay for shipping. If you want to pick up the dog is free to pick up. Okay? So if you want the dog shipped to you, we'll have to get the dog shipped to you. That you'll have to pay for that. But the dog ears are cropped. You'll get the paperwork with the dog. You'll get everything, fam. Everything is in there for the winner of the raffle. So good luck to everybody that got in. And then whoever get the dog, all I ask is, fam, you have a kind of a speedy turnaround on getting the dog to you, whether you shipping or picking up, fam. I don't want to sitting on the dog for a long time. So yeah. So whoever win Tiger, that's all I ask, that you just, get the ball rolling and get them to you ASAP. Next thing, fam, Boss and Luna, okay? I'll get pictures of, I already have pictures of them, and I'll put that up on the screen, y'all. Boss and Luna is on the market and is looking for a home, fam, all right? If you interested in either one of them, fam, call my number. It's on the screen, or it's in another video. Text me. Always remember this, y'all. Deposits are $500. That go towards your total price, and that takes the dog off the market it's sold. Deposits are $500. They used to be $1,000, but then a lot of people on the channel, we family, y'all. So I always get feedback from y'all. A lot of people like, man, Fed, bro, the $500 deposit is more doable. So majority of the people was like, hey, can you do the $500 deposit? So we stuck with that. So again, that goes towards your total, and that take the dog off the market it's sold. Fam, in the event, let's say you buy a dog from me, and you back out of buying the dog for whatever reason, fam, your payment is not refundable. And that is because, I'm sorry, not because, but I've had this happen multiple times. Somebody got in on puppy before the puppies was even born, or as soon as they was born, and then it was time for the puppies to leave. 8 weeks later, they call and say, man, Fed, I can't get the dog no more. Can you just send me my money back? Also, whenever somebody say, hey, Fed, I need extra time, there is a late fee, a weekly late fee that is added on, and it's in my contract. So there's a late fee for holding on to your dog longer, okay? So if I got this dog for you for 8 weeks, and then it come time for the puppies to leave, and you say, Fed, I can't get the dog no more, how am I just gonna say, oh, okay, well, here's your money back? Nothing works like that, fam. You don't buy something and then 8 weeks later say, I don't want it no more. And if it does, that ain't over here at SSK Kennels. We don't do that. So I just wanted to make sure I share that with everybody, which I have before in other videos, but we got a lot of new subscribers. We got a lot of new supporters. A lot of people have joined the family. So I wanted to make sure I say that again. Kobe as well, fam. I have Kobe as well available, fam. So again, I have a few pups that is still on the market. I recently had a situation where somebody wanted a puppy, didn't get the puppy, and then the puppy sold to someone else, and now they wanted to get the puppy, but it was already too late. And I might have a similar situation here again. Fam, if you see a puppy that you like and you know you want it, fam, put a deposit on it. Because I can't hold a dog for you without a deposit. You get what I'm saying? And I don't like to try to take a puppy from one person and then give it to that person. You know what I mean? Remember, y'all, my face, my brand, me as a person is much more important than any money and any dog. So I want to make sure I'm doing fair, legitimate business on all corners of the table, fam. I want to make sure I'm happy. I want to make sure the dog is happy. I want to make sure the buyer is happy. His family is happy. And I want to make sure it's fair across the board for everybody, fam. So I just wanted to make sure I say that. If you see a dog that you like, fam, do not wait. Go ahead and grab that puppy up, fam. I like that boy right there, or that girl right there. Let me put a deposit on that joke and bring that joke on home with me. So that's something that I want y'all to keep in mind, remember, and think about, fam, because I don't want anybody missing out on something that they really wanted. You get what I'm saying? Like, if that's what you really wanted, fam, get it. So always remember that. The next thing, fam, somebody called me and brought this up, so I wanted to talk about this. When should you breed your female, fam? Me, fam, I breed between second and third heat. The only way I breed on the third heat is if, one, I'm just not ready to breed the dog, or I haven't found a stud for the dog, or let's say she had her first heat at like 6 months old, 7 months old, 8 months old. I won't breed into the third heat. I want her to grow a little bit more. Now, let's say this dog had her first heat at 14, 15 months old. I'm going to breed on the second heat. She'll be over 2 years old at that point. You get what I'm saying? I'm also looking at how the dog act. How this dog behavior has changed from a puppy to now. How is she mentally? How does she behave in the cage, outside the cage with the other dogs? There's a bunch of things that I'm looking at to determine if this dog is ready to be bred. Granted, taking into account her age is appropriate for breeding. Some people say they don't breed into the fourth heat. Fam, that's fine. Just do what works for you. Somebody else might say, oh, you ain't supposed to breed on the second heat. You shouldn't be eating cookies all the time. But hell, we do them. I got some right now. Do what works for you and your program, fam. You get what I'm saying? Some things might work with one breeding and it might not work with the next breeding. You get what I'm saying? So again, that's why I say do what works for you, what works best for you, and block out everybody else. Now, granted, if you're doing things completely opposite, fam, you breeding dogs on the first heat, you breeding dogs with bad feet, you just doing everything wrong, and somebody step in and try to help you, then you might want to take that advice. But as far as when you should breed your dog, whether the second heat, the third heat, the fourth heat, that's completely up to each person, individual, on how they want to move with their program. You get what I'm saying? A lot of people get discouraged because like, oh, I was doing it this way, but that person doing it this way. Now you feel like you doing it wrong. You ain't doing it wrong, fam. You doing it your way. What works for them works for them. And what works for you works for you. Hopefully it worked for you. And if it don't work for you, then you got to go back to the drawing board. And in this dog game, fam, we're going to have to revisit the drawing board plenty of times for a multitude of reasons. So keep that in mind as you go through this dog journey, fam. Buy from a breeder that you can call weeks later, months later, years later if you got questions. Don't buy a dog from Jeff and then call Eddie with questions about Jeff dog. Call Jeff. Don't call Eddie. All right? Because a lot of people do this, they go over there, buy a dog that's cheaper, and then want to come over here and ask questions about their dog, which, again, if you set up a consultation call, you can do that, fam. We'll talk about whatever. We can talk about your kids if you want to. If you want to set up a consultation call. But you can't just call me and say, hey, fam, I got a question about my dog. You ain't get the dog from me. And a lot of times, I answer small questions, fam. No problem. But the dog pedigree and how to breed or what color should I... You need to go talk to Jeff about that, fam. That's where you got the dog from. Or do your own due diligence, your own homework. Or pay for a consultation call. And we could dive in and talk about all that. So, fam, I just wanted to make sure I share that with y'all. Tomorrow, Monday, which is Monday, November the 10th at 12 p.m. we will go live. Monday, November 10th, 12 p.m. we will go live to raffle off Tiger. Fam, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And we gonna see y'all tomorrow. Yay!